Genesis to Revelation, and we know prophecy is history written in advance. With the convergence of politics, religion, and finance into a powerful global order, perhaps today global news highlights these things for you who are desiring truth.
Please support our channel by shopping on our YouTube store.
Last time we were with you, it was in preparation to the eclipse that was going to happen over many parts of the United States. Nothing really abnormal or crazy happened afterwards, but we know the world now is paying more attention to the things happening in the heavens and the celestial beings moving about. This first article speaks to why eclipse is such a deal and why they're so rare. The AZ Central explores why eclipses do capture such widespread fascination and interest. It explains that eclipses, whether they're solar or lunar, are rare and awe-inspiring celestial events that have intrigued humans for centuries and more centuries. The article discusses the science behind eclipses, emphasizing the alignment of the sun, moon, and the earth. And we know in scripture, Jesus said there will be signs in the sun, moon, and stars. Eclipses also hold a cultural and historical significance in various societies, often symbolizing cosmic events or serving as markers of important rituals. Additionally, eclipses provide unique opportunities for scientific study, allowing researchers to learn more about the sun, moon, and Earth's interactions. Overall, eclipses continue to captivate people due to their rarity, beauty, and scientific importance. Again, for the world who look at signs like this as opportunities for them to start or emphasize certain worldly things, Christians, we know there are also symbols and markers for us to pay attention to potentially things that would happen according to Bible prophecy. This next article says, Move over eclipse, a new celestial wonder is set to take center stage. And this celestial event is known as the Great Conjunction between Jupiter and Saturn. The current window opened this past February and will continue into the spring and summer. This event involves the two largest planets in our solar system appearing exceptionally close together in the night sky, a phenomenon that hasn't been this prominent since 1623. The alignment will create an illusion of a single bright star, often referred to as the Christmas star, excuse me, or the Star of Bethlehem. This occurrence is due to Jupiter and Saturn's orbits aligning in a way that they appear zero point 0.1 degree apart from our perspective on Earth. It also explains how this event be observed and suggests that individuals look towards the southwestern sky just after sunset on a specified date. This rare spectacle provides a unique opportunity for stargazers and astronomers alike to witness a remarkable cosmic display. And I would also say for Christians to start considering, why are some of these things happening not so rare anymore, but regularly? And could this be signs of the future and soon return of Christ? Now, switching gears, let's talk a little bit about business and how this uh, um, incorporates into our political as well as our financial world. Amazon grows to over 750,000 robots as world's second largest private employer replaces over 100,000 humans. Amazon's significant growth in its workforce, which has now surpassed about 750,000 employees worldwide. This expansion is attributed to the company's robust hiring efforts, particularly in response to increased demand during and since the COVID pandemic. Amazon's workforce has more than doubled over the past 3 years, with hiring occurrences across various roles, including warehouse workers, delivery drivers, and of course, corporate staff. The company's hiring spree reflects its continuous expansion into diverse sectors beyond e-commerce, such as cloud computing and entertainment. Despite criticism regarding working conditions and labor practices, Amazon remains a dominant force in the global job market, offering competitive wages and benefits. Amazon's evolving business model and its impact on employment trends underscore the company's pivotal role in shaping the modern workforce. And so, as they start employing robots and using AI, it will certainly, as they are doing now, shift the job market. Next, Meta's oversight board will rule on AI generated sexual images. Meta, the parent company of Facebook and Instagram, has introduced an oversight board to address issues related to AI generated sexual imagery. This new development comes in response to concerns about the proliferation of deepfake technology. The oversight board will focus on whether or not AI generated content violates community standards. This initiative marks a significant step in Meta's efforts to combat the spread of harmful content on its platforms. The board will function independently and will include experts from various fields. It will play a crucial role in determining how Meta handles AI generated sexual images and their impact on user safety and privacy. Again, we understand there will be less um, modesty and more debauchery as we continuing to the last days. Now, Microsoft invests 1.5 billion in an artificial intelligence firm, G4, which faces US scrutiny for China ties. Microsoft has announced a substantial investment of 1.5 billion in the Emirati AI company G42, acquiring a minority stake. The strategic move aims to expand Microsoft's presence in the Middle East AI sector and leverage G42's expertise in AI technology. G42 is known for its advancements in healthcare, autonomous vehicles, and robotics. This investment signifies Microsoft's commitment to advancing AI capabilities globally. We also know this partnership will accelerate AI innovation in the United Arab Emirates and strengthen Microsoft's position in the region's burgeoning tech industry. G42's leadership welcomes this collaboration, anticipating significant growth opportunities and advancements in AI driven solutions. Now, let's get to um, some more world news and what becomes the scripture that will highlight this. Um, when we think of specifically a tightening of surveillance and security. North Korea is buying Chinese surveillance cameras in a push to tighten control. North Korea is escalating its surveillance efforts along the Chinese border by installing more cameras to monitor citizens and private defections. This crackdown intensifies controls over its population, aiming to deter individuals from escaping the country. The increase in surveillance infrastructure includes high resolution cameras and advanced sensors. North Korean authorities are targeting escape routes commonly used by defectors, especially near the border with China. The enhanced surveillance system reflects the regime's determination to maintain strict control over its citizens and prevent them from seeking refuge abroad. These measures underscore the challenges faced by those attempting to flee North Korea despite heightened surveillance and border security. I will mention for those who are already thinking, whoa, they should use that at the US south border. Well, we know if humans continue to share information and technology, it will be. But everything that glitters ain't gold. So if they start using this on the border, at some point, believe me, people, they will start using it in our cities as well as all over our country. Next, forever chemicals found in U.S. drinking water. Map shows hotspots of highest levels. The impact of rising gas prices on consumer behavior in the United States. Um, Gas prices soared due to global economic factors and geopolitical tensions. Consumers are adjusting their habits by driving less, using public transportation, and seeking fuel efficient vehicles. The rising costs are also affecting businesses, particularly those relying on transportation and delivery. Economists predict that high gas prices could lead to broader inflation and impact overall consumer spending patterns. This article also highlights the potential long-term effects on industries like travel and tourism. Policymakers are considering measures to mitigate the impact, including releasing oil reserves and promoting renewable energy alternatives. Moving over to a little bit more of a financial aspect. BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa support cryptocurrency for global trade and not the US dollar. These nations interested in using crypto for international trade, aiming to reduce reliance on the US dollar. The BRICS members see cryptocurrencies as a potential alternative to traditional currencies for cross border transactions, aiming to streamline trade and bypass US dollar dominance. This move aligns with the broader geopolitical efforts to enhance economic sovereignty and reduce exposure to Western financial systems. However, challenges such as regulatory concerns and cryptocurrency vitality, uh, volatility remain. Easy for me to say. The BRICS nations exploration of crypto reflects shifting global economic dynamics and potential transformations in international trade practices. For those who keep thinking cryptos are no longer or will ever gain a foothold, keep living. Now, moving over to our global weather report. Storm dumps record rain across the desert of the United Arab Emirates and floods Dubai's airport. The article discusses a rare and powerful rainstorm that hit the UAE, causing significant disruptions in Dubai, including flooding and flight delays at Dubai's international airport. The storm brought heavy rainfall, which is unusual for the region's arid climate, leading to scenes of flooding streets, submerged cars, and disrupted public transportation. Authorities responded by closing schools, diverting flights, and urging residents to stay indoors for safety. The rainfall, though a rare occurrence, highlights the increasing and unpredictability of weather patterns globally and underscores the challenges faced by cities like Dubai in managing extreme events. It's raining in the desert and it's causing flooding. Did you hear what I just read? So, going back a little bit, the first month of 2024 was Earth's warmest January on record, scientists say. January 24th, or January of 2024 is reported as the warmest January on record globally for both land and sea temperatures. This information is based on data from the NOAA and NASA, which highlight the ongoing trend of global warming and its impact on climate. The record breaking warmth is attributed to various factors, including greenhouse gas and emissions and natural climate variability. The consequences of this warming trend include rising sea levels, melting ice caps, and more frequent extreme weather events. Scientists emphasize the urgency of addressing climate change through mitigation and adaptation efforts to prevent further environmental damage and protect vulnerable communities. So I talked about the UAE and its flooding. This flash flooding in Oman and UAE hit by the heaviest rainfalls in 75 years. So these devastating flash flooding is the heaviest rainfall in 75 years. Dramatic footage shows streets submerged in water, cars swept away, rescue efforts underway. In Oman, Salalah experienced extensive flooding with many roads impossible and homes damaged. The UAE's eastern region also faced significant impact with schools closed and emergency services responding to stranded individuals. This unprecedented rainfall has prompted concerns about infrastructure resilience in the face of climate change. And finally, bringing it closer to the West, the UK facing food shortages and price rising after extreme weather. The Guardian highlights the UK's challenges with food shortages and price increases following recent and extreme weather events. Farmers across the country are struggling due to a combination of heavy rainfall, frost, and heat waves. Imagine that, leading to significant crop losses and reduced harvests of staple foods like potatoes and carrots. Imagine that. Food is being affected. The disruption to domestic food production has contributed to rising prices and a scarcity of certain items in supermarkets. This situation underscores the vulnerability of the UK's food supply chain to the impacts of climate change, prompting concerns about food security and the need for long-term resilient strategies in agriculture. And I just want to highlight for people who say, yeah, this climate change, this global warming thing doesn't make sense. My only response to those who believe what the scriptures say is as soon as man fell and we were cast out of the Garden of Eden, you can look about 1,000 years into the future and see a great flood that took place on the earth. The earth has always had global weather patterns being shifted and impacted to the point that we, some 5,000 years later, are experiencing these with even greater emphasis and a much more consistent and numerous trend. The impact, the rate in which it happens, and the frequency in which it happens will be greater as we move closer to that great and terrible day of the Lord. And in Matthew 24:6 says, and this is why we're talking about what's happening in our world according to news, because the scriptures say, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you're not troubled. These things come to pass. Nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom. There shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in divers places. They're telling us here in the scriptures. Jesus is quoted. Our news are telling us what Jesus is quoted here in the scriptures. Wars and rumors of wars, economic, militarily, politically, that there would be famines, pestilence, and earthquakes in diverse places. So whether weather causes it, whether disease is causing this, these things are happening in our world. And so here at the Perhaps Today Global News Report, we want to remind you, prophecy is history written in advance. And we're just showing you that our news headlines already are repeating what the scriptures have told us well in advance. And with that, thank you and good night.